So in this video, I want to try to read Haley Pham's 5-star rated books and hope that I will also be able to find one myself. In this video, we will be covering 5 books, each of which Haley has rated 5 stars. Okay, starting off with the first book, I don't have this as a physical copy. Actually, as of right now, I don't have any of them as a physical copy, but we'll see how this video goes, and then maybe I will purchase one or a few of those books. That's my dishwasher. Excuse you! The first book that was a definite 5-star for Haley is The Ministry of Time. I listened to The Ministry of Time as an ebook. No. Now, overall, The Ministry of Time for me was not a 5-star book. In the video that Haley rated this book a 5-star, she also did mention something according to the lines of that she felt like a personal connection to the character because she also has Asian background. For me, it was definitely like an interesting story. I think it was really well written and well executed. I just didn't find myself connected to the characters very much, nor really caring that much about the storyline. I think if I was to recommend this to somebody, I would only recommend it to people who are already interested in that genre or who are quite open when it comes to books and not that picky, I guess. For me, this was like a solid 3 stars. Now, this video wouldn't be a Haley Pham related video if I didn't include a book by Emily Henry. I have to say that last year I already read Beach Read, which is I think one of Haley's all-time favorite books. I honestly found myself surprisingly in love with this book. Whilst it has been a while since I've read it the first time, I did write a review into my notes app without even like knowing about this video, because this was like a year ago or something, simply because I was so impressed and so surprised that I liked the book that I just had to write it down. That was also the first time ever reading or listening to an Emily Henry book, and it apparently did something to me because I wrote like a huge paragraph as a little review of that book without anybody like reading it or asking for it. So I think that says a lot. I gave Beach Read a really, really high rated 4.5 stars. Because I read What am I saying? Because I read Beach Read last year and I did it outside of this video, I feel like I have to do this video justice and read another Emily Henry book. And I looked into what other books Haley likes by Emily Henry and particularly rated 5 stars. And I stumbled upon Happy Place. Again, I don't have it as a physical copy. Haley just left the following comment on Goodreads, which was really convincing. Yeah, so let's get to reading. It's so sad. I don't think you can even see my earrings properly. Can you see what it says on them? It says, "I love me." How cute is that? I am currently reading Happy Place and I'm like 60% into the book. I'm loving it so far. So the book is about Harriet, and Harriet is a neurosurgeon in residency. It's about her and her friend group who've like known each other ever since they were like pretty young, and they're basically going to this lake house, and it's kind of a yearly thing at this point. What she doesn't expect is that her ex-fiance, who also was part of that friend group for years, is also there, and they broke up but didn't tell their friends. So now they're at Harriet's happy place, namely this lake house, and her ex-fiance is there. And obviously that makes the whole story very interesting. It's funny, it's relatable. I don't have much else to say about this because I already expected Emily Henry to do amazingly, which, she has. So, all right, I finished Happy Place by Emily Henry. I just want to give my final verdict. It was a really, really enjoyable book. I was, however, struggling with my rating because I knew it wasn't a 5-star simply because it didn't hook me. I didn't really connect with it on a really deeper level, and I was able to put it down for quite a long time without really missing it. Overall, I would give Happy Place 4 stars. I really want to get into a bit of a different genre. So for the next book, I chose to read Queen of Shadows. This is also obviously a book that Haley rated 5 stars, and it is also the book in line that I need to read in the Throne of Glass series. So amazing timing, truly. So let's get to reading. I hope the audio isn't too bad. I'm not using my microphone, but it should work. I'm in the midst of reading Queen of Shadows, and I'm 52% into the book. Actually, I'm precisely at chapter 40, and as already assumed in the previous video, this so far is giving 5 stars. I've decided to treat myself, and I'm gonna go down to the bookstore with a friend and I'm gonna purchase the physical copy of this, because I usually have this rule for myself where I only buy books, at least like novels and stuff, if I know that I like them, and that kind of implies that I would also reread them. And usually what is kind of a given is that I purchase the entire series if I liked the first, like depending on how large the series is, if I like the first few books, then yeah. So I love this. I've already marked so many passages. Honestly, I was like laughing out loud in between, even though this is like a rather dark book. And I've also cried, but who's surprised, so. Seriously don't know whether this like lighting situation is good for me or bad. I can't turn the camera in the other direction because I have like a bunch of boxes in my living room right now. I just don't want you guys to see that. So yeah, I'm just crouched in front of my window trying to still make use of like the best lighting of the day. Whatever, it will change. The sun is setting, so it's going to be looking differently every minute, I guess. So as you might have seen in the last clip, I went and purchased Queen of Shadows, which just has to mean that I loved it, which I did. Yeah, this is a proper 5-star book. Like, I love this so much. I already missed the characters. I already loved Airfire, as you might have seen in my previous video, but Queen of Shadows is, as I had anticipated, like an amazing 5-star. I don't know how much I can say about the book without giving away too much, but this was basically a bundle of your favorite characters throughout the series coming together and just like doing epic stuff. I don't know how else to describe it, but it was great. If you've read this, or if you are reading the Throne of Glass series, then I think this is one that you will definitely be looking forward to. Also, this did not feel like 700 pages whatsoever. I mean, I know there are longer books out there, but still, I like flew through this, I'd say. So I definitely see why Haley rated this a 5-star. Yeah, I'm just curious to see how I will feel about the genres that I am scared of, because the next one is definitely one that I'm kind of scared of, so let's see. Hello. The previous clip for you was only like milliseconds ago, but for me, actually, 5 weeks have passed. By the time you're seeing this, it might even be like 6, 7 weeks. And you might notice, or maybe you don't, that we have moved. By we, I mean me and my boyfriend. We've not only moved apartments, but we've also moved cities, which is really exciting. But it has been very, very busy, to say the least. And I also started writing my thesis, so there was just so much happening. This video didn't really go as I had planned, so I was kind of thinking that I would change it up a little bit, and there's probably not a lot of structure to this video now, which I'm very sorry about, but I think otherwise this video would never see the light of day. So the plan is that I will not be reading the 2 other books that I had initially planned on reading. Those 2, by the way, were Hello Stranger by Catherine Center and Mad About You by Mary McFarlane. I was actually quite curious about both books, but specifically about the Mad About You. Like, I am kind of scared of both genres. I think scared is like a very strong word. I would rather say I was a bit hesitant, but also curious to see whether I would like them or not, because Haley's ratings, specifically on Mad About You, were really convincing. And I'm sure I will do so in the past. And I'm sure I will do so in the future. But for now, I would like to round off this video by giving you my review, my opinion on 2 other of Haley's 5-star books that I have just read already. Not within this video, but that I've read somewhat recently. By recently, I mean within like the past 2 years or something. One of which is Reckless. This is not like anything special anymore at this point. I actually have the physical copy. Hold on a minute. Okay, I have the physical book here, and yes, again, it's mirrored. I'm sorry, and I think everybody knows about this book at this point. I actually read it when it came out, which I honestly have no idea of time right now. That was probably 2 years ago. Has it been 2 years? I don't know. Either way, I read it then, and then I reread it this summer, sometime around August, because I was filming another video, which I never uploaded, so I do remember this quite well. And interestingly enough, I, back in the day, gave this 5 stars, which I don't think I would agree on anymore. I loved Powerless, but Reckless, especially after having read a lot more fantasy books in a very short amount of time and having a bit of a better understanding what I like, what I don't like, I just personally felt like something special was lacking. It was really tension-packed, don't get me wrong. I did really, really enjoy it. I might have been on the lookout for a bit of like higher fantasy as I was rereading this. That could have been the reason why. I haven't gotten around to reading Fearless yet. I started listening to the audiobook when Fearless came out, but then I wanted to purchase the paperback, and I'm probably not the only one, especially not in Europe, but I could not find the paperback for the life of me, and I am not going to purchase the hardcover because I don't want to. Anyway, so overall, like, this was a really nice book. Gave it 4 stars. Haley gave it 5 stars. She didn't leave a comment, so I don't really know what else she said about this. Okay, moving on. So the next book that Haley rated 5 stars, and this is probably also somewhat boring to a lot of people because this is a series that has been out for quite a while. It's the second book in the Once Upon a Broken Heart series, The Ballad of Never After. I also have it as a physical copy. Why do I keep doing this? Okay, this is the book I'm talking about. It's gorgeous. It's beautiful. I even have the other edition, like the blue edition. I love this series. Haley left a comment. I have no idea whether that was a typo. She basically just left this. And what can I say? This is a definite 5 star in my eyes. I read this twice, maybe thrice. I love it. I'm eating it up every single time. I know a lot of people don't like that the main character is somewhat naive and maybe stubborn. I kind of love it. I think it fits the storyline really well. I think there's a lot of drama happening. The only thing that I would criticize about this series, first of all, I'm not going to give it away, but like the ending, I was not happy with. I think that I speak on behalf of a lot of people. I remember that Haley in one video also said that she was not very happy with how the third book wrapped up the story. But one point of criticism aside from that is that I feel like there was so much happening that it feels like there are a lot of plot holes because it was like tricky to follow everything that was happening, especially somewhat toward the end. But we're talking about the second book in this series, so I'm not going to criticize that aspect too much. I love it so much. I marked a lot of things, and it's a great book. I would recommend for sure. And I think this is one of those young adult books that I will be able to reread even when I'm older. At least I'm hoping that I will, because, well, I'm not a teenager anymore, and I still enjoy this book. So I don't know what my verdict was. Thank you so much for making it this far in the video. I'm really sorry that it was somewhat of a mess and that there wasn't really structure. I had initially planned the video to be structured, but you know, sometimes life gets in the way and it's okay. I would love to hear thoughts. If you have any ideas, anything that you're particularly interested in, maybe do feel free to comment that down below. Yeah, let me know if you also rated some of these 5 stars a 5-star yourself, or maybe you completely disagree with what I said, with what Haley said. But yeah, I hope to see you next time. Bye.